radius and make some coffee and that... Oh, typical.
Oh, work's what we need.
Yes, and let's merge in the hothouse at Kew Gardens. Oh, my feet have died. I always knew they'd be the first to go. Oh, the middle of May, the coldest day on record, and we get a bloody power cut.
Shall we play a game? Well, if you're admitting defeat, we may as well go home.
Now, let's pray. Dear God, send us a case. It doesn't matter how little. And I promise I'll stop hating Prue for a whole week. Oh, well, I don't know if I can manage that.
Eyes? What? House of Lambert? Pianos? No, I don't think we need a piano.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We could chop it up and burn it.
House of Lambert purveys a pianoforte since the instrument was invented.
Hang on.
Hello, Prudence Standfast here. Yes. Yes. Lovely, thank you very much. Bye-bye. They want us for a little matter.
Oh, a little matter means they won't want to pay. Look, I've got some shopping to do. I'll look in on them.
No, I'll go. It was my prayer. I'm the youngest and I need the exercise.
Neither of you. Pianos equal music.
Well, my mum can play the piano.
So can my auntie Win.
Music of the most refined sort.
Liberace.
What are you doing?
Writing my diary. Day 1. Steadily growing weaker.
Come on, Billy. For heaven's sake, hurry up.
Coming on, yeah? Look, got everything? Good.
Excuse me. Porter? Does the olive white count as abroad?
No, madam.
Oh, well then. David, have you got that stuff for the laundry?
Yeah.
Oh, my dear, last night I was absolutely frozen around the needles. He couldn't dry anything.
She's absolutely right, you know.
Don't wave that much up now.
My valuables in there. Now, my dears. Which one? This one? No, too fast.
There's a ruler.
Oh, and a white one, so it is. Come on. Well, you bag of tricks, Steve. Pity we couldn't keep that bird. You could have had fun with it. Oh, the owners in Calais would have had the vapors long since. You know how excitable the French are.
Pity we had to pay to fly up. I hate paying.
Even we can hardly nick an airplane, my dear. Come along. Bags B, look out.
Out.
Yeah? Right. Wire.
Why? I can't bear this table. It always sticks at the top.
What are we doing next, Pa? After London, I mean.
Oh, London will be quite enough to occupy us for the moment. I must do some marketing and make some arrangements.
This is a big one.
Quite special.
Flyers? Then where? Las Vegas?
Too crass. Palm Beach.
Too boring.
Palm Springs?
Oh, yes, very nice. Where are we staying, my angel?
The best, of course. We'll dump the car when we get to town, then take a taxi.
Oh, isn't it nice to be back in dear old Blighty? One does get so tired of the south of France. All that money.
Mind you, in the last 2 days, we have altered the balance of payments somewhat.
You've come about the crime.
Yes, I have. Will he belong?
Oh, not Mr. Jenkins, no. Though he hasn't been himself recently. I'll go and ginger him up. Mr. Jenkins must have found it now.
Exactly a week ago. We received it on the 15th. You can see our office down.
I should be most honoured if I could call to play one of your deservedly celebrated pianos. I'm a trained musician, etc., etc., etc. It seems genuine enough.
Oh, the paper is. The police checked it. But he never stayed at the hotel and they don't know anything about him.
That's enough, Miss Williams.
The request didn't surprise you?
Oh, we get them all the time. The house encourages it. It exercises the instruments and provides a free demonstration.
And who can tell it won't lead to an order in the future?
You remember him rather better than Mr. Jenkins does.
Yes, well,
He rang up before we had a chance to answer the letter. Mr. Rochester. It's not his real name, of course.
well, the police said so.
You were here, Miss Willis.
Yes, well, Mr. Jenkins left it to me. I mean, there's not much commission to be made out of just being nice to people, is
Miss Willis.
What was your first impression?
Well, he was good-looking and polite, and the police did a lovely drawing of him. I explained what he looked like.
Oh,
and then
Miss Willis.
I showed him in here, and he chose the Black Grand.
The BBC is saving up to buy one.
And started to play Jeune Fille Cheveux de Lin, Debussy. He was really very good and seemed quite wrapped up, so I left him to it.
And went about your duties?
Yes. And then I heard him play it a second time, and then he came out and thanked me very much and said it was a nice piano and left.
It was some time later.
It was an hour or two later. I came back in to see if the piano lid was shut, and it was gone.
The autograph of Debussy, the pride of our collection.
Nothing else?
He completely ignored a letter from Beethoven, asking about our 1783 instrument, the one with the extra half octave. He didn't catch on. An autographed title page from Brahms, details of a concert tour in his own hand from Chopin, Anton Rubinstein, Paderewski, Ravel, André Previn, just Debussy. We must have it back.
Pat.
Hello, Maggie.
Long time no see.
Seems like you've fallen on your feet, eh? Nice, very nice.
Into a bit of private. How's Maisie?
Oh.
Oh, right, that is it. You've met my associate, Fred Smith, Detective Inspector Flynn.
He just said that.
So, what can I do for you, Pat?
Oh, I'm just, playing the postman.
Artist impression. 5'10", hair brown, eyes brown.
Oh, sounds just my type.
Anybody I should know?
No, not really. Still, if we nick him, you can do the collaring, okay?
Okay, maybe I can return the favour.
Go on, then.
Middle-aged man, early 50s, middle-aged woman, late 40s, younger lad, late 20s, impeccably dressed, cut-class accents. Came ashore yesterday in a stolen speedboat and then nicked a roller. Any ideas?
The Truscotts. Oh. So they're back. I should have thought Billy would have given England a miss for a year or two. Billy Truscott. I nicked him a few months before I left the force, had him banged to rights when he got off over a technicality. Lawyer like a bloody corkscrew.
Well, come on, Maggie. I've got a lot of legwork.
Hang on. Where was the roller found?
Outside Maximilian's.
Of course, the swankiest restaurant in town. I bet they're staying at a five-star hotel as well. Nothing but the best for the Truscott, especially as they're not paying.
Oh, I know. We've circulated their description.
Oh, that won't do you much good. They're as slippery as eels.
Still, we'll keep trying. See you, Maggie.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Pat. Cheers.
Do you want me to roll a few of these off?
Leave some for Prue and then get started on the music shops, music libraries, places like that. You've got to get a name.
Me? I thought we were associates.
I'm curious. Why are the Truscotts here?
Oh, well, I suppose there's always trouble for someone.
How long did you say you'd worked for Mr. Jenkins?
Quite a long time, but I'd rather not talk about that if you don't mind. I hope this isn't going to be too expensive.
It's my treat.
Why aren't you out busy looking for clues?
I am. Good bunnies.
I don't know how people can eat mustard. I thought of something else about him.
The young man?
The thief. Well, I mentioned it to Mr. Jenkins, but he didn't care, or the police. It was the Debussy.
Girl with the flaxen hair.
Well, it wasn't exactly the same one as you usually hear.
What do you mean, he couldn't remember it?
No, he had the score. He took it out of his music case.
Did you see anything else in the case? I mean, you didn't notice a tape recorder, for instance?
Tape?
You said he played it twice. He could have recorded the first one and played it back while he pinched the autograph.
Oh, that's evil.
Stuffed the goodie in his music case. Thank you so much, Bob's your uncle.
It was some extra bars. A little passage I'd never heard before.
Might as well kill this.
It was after the middle, you know, made it up.
Well, I suppose so. It sounded like Debussy. I mean, on the piano, not when I played it just now.
You say he had the score?
Yes. He took it out of his music case and he put it on the piano. I remember because it was such a grotty old thing. I mean, I know scores get mangy, but this looked as though the cat had been at it.
Why does that bother me? How are you getting on?
Zilch. I've asked around, no one's ever heard of him. I've asked all the colleges and you'd think they'd know, wouldn't you?
Do you find out something fascinating? Debussy himself gave the first performance of Girl with the Flaxen Hair on September the 17th, 1910 at the Salle Pleyel in Paris.
Good gig.
Afterwards, before publication, he shortened it by 8 bars. He just cut them out.
Well, maybe he changed his mind.
And the gentleman we're looking for played them at the House of Lambert, see?
Well, maybe he was doing his own thing.
Fred, you have heard of Debussy.
Yeah, nice tune, shame about the video.
Where's Maggie?
She's doing her own thing as well. Right.
They've still got these sweet green plastic bags. I do so love going shopping.
We must be a little careful, my dear. Nothing too ostentatious. We don't bark to attract attention to ourselves with this particular...
Let's look at some costume jewelry, my angel.
Absolutely.
What's up?
Inspector Forms. What on earth is she doing here?
She's the car who nearly sent me down.
You got away with it?
I'm not anxious to trust to her luck a second time. She's not having much joy, is she?
She knows us as Truscott. What are we here? I've forgotten.
Barrington Smythe.
Didn't I hear she'd left the force? Gone private?
Yes. Perhaps she's not after us.
Too much of a coincidence. I don't like it.
It's all right, Pa. Your chap's done his thing.
No, it's not all right, Dev. We can't possibly go ahead with that woman nosing around. She wouldn't remember you, would she?
I shouldn't think so. Last time we met, I was a redhead.
Good. Follow her. Find out what she's up to. We have to be sure, my dear. Or we might as well forget this job and move on to Saint-Moritz.
Quite. Hadn't you better pay that good-looking young man for putting her off the scent?
Good looking. Your taste in men, my precious, is becoming really rather bizarre.
£2,000 for that junk. Outrageous.
Debussy, you say?
I understand you have a collection of his papers.
Yes.
Surprising. I'd have thought they'd have been in Paris.
Oh, no, Claude spent quite a lot of time here in England. In fact, he wrote Le Maire at Eastbourne, of all places. Is that one of his scores?
No, but I'm hoping you might recognize it.
Oh. Good heavens, it's Mr. Rochester.
Mr. Rochester?
Yes, he was here not long ago. Also asking about Debussy. He said he was writing a book about him, though I would have thought there were quite enough biographers already.
Do you have the original manuscript score of Girl with the Flaxen Hair?
No, but we have 3 of the first book of preludes. The rest are in the Musico in Paris. I come to think of it, that's what he wanted to look at.
Could I have a look too?
Well, I don't see why not. Yes, I think I can remember the file number. Could you wait here a moment?
Of course. Something the matter?
It's not here.
What do you mean?
It's gone.
What, out on loan?
Oh, it's not allowed out of this room.
Perhaps you've misfiled it.
Oh, I never misfile, Miss Steinway.
Then it's been stolen by our friend, Mr. Rochester. Tell me something. Apart from Lambert's, which is the most upmarket piano emporium in the area?
Gottlieb's, I suppose.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Pope.
looking for something?
The door was open.
No, no, no. It's never open.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
I've come about the girl with the flaxen hair.
If you mean Phyllis, I'm afraid she's on holiday. She won't be back until next week. Will I do?
You will indeed. But first things first. I'd like to see the manuscript.
The manuscript?
Did you read your own advertisements? Messrs. Gottlieb, the piano makers, have acquired a hitherto unknown Debussy manuscript of his prelude, The Girl with the Flaxen Hair. This far earlier version of the work contains new material of interest to all music lovers. It will be on display in their showrooms for a week before being presented to the Debussy Museum in Saint-Germain.
Yes, it's over here.
Oh, yes. That is interesting. Could I take a closer look, do you think?
I'm sorry. Mr. Gottlieb has the only key and he's out this morning.
Oh, pity. I'll probably come back this afternoon.
Oh, sir. Are you a pianist? It's one of my favourite pieces. Sir?
Lunch? Love to. Half an hour?
No.
For sure.
A bit slack.
Inspector Forbes. What a pleasant surprise.
Hello, Harry. How's the fencing game?
I didn't hear that.
Oh, what's this? Not bad.
Not good either. It's paste.
Really?
Just a little present for the wife, not at all valuable.
I met her once, didn't I? Nice woman. You seen anything of Billy Truscott?
Truscott? No. Should I have?
Is it brooch for Wendy? My information, gleaned at great expense in imported lager, is that you're seeing a lady called Wendy in Camden Town.
Now, wait a minute. Yes, I did see him, quite by chance, of course.
Of course. What's he up to next?
How would I know?
Because if the Truscotts are here doing a job, they'll want to be out of the country before the wind drops, which means someone will have to have the money ready, someone like you.
I'm a respectable businessman, you know I am.
Your wife Beryl's still got all those brothers. Wrestlers, aren't they? Arms like steel girders.
You know, Maggie, going private has made you very greedy. I mean, would he tell me?
Yes, Harry, you would, so you tell me. Is it a big job?
Well, my guess, only a guess, mind you, is that it is pretty big.
Go on.
I believe there's a rendezvous. That's all I know. What the job is, it's none of my business, is it?
No, don't stop there, Harry. Old time's sake.
All he said was it was something to do with Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette?
I didn't realise lunch was to be in your flat.
It's a bit of a mess, I'm afraid. You don't notice it when you're on your own. Is it too soon to kiss you?
I'm renowned as a shameless hussy, but yes, it is a bit.
I'll see what's for lunch.
What do you do for a living?
For my sins, I'm writing a book about Debussy.
Oh, how fascinating. Claire de Lune, Afternoon of the Faun, Girl with the Flaxen Hair. Someone else writing a book about him, too. A chap called Rochester. Unless that's you.
No.
You do have a name.
Sam.
It's like drawing blood.
Smith.
Original. I didn't see any book.
The score was a joke.
No.
Here's the ordinary version. It's not even in Debussy's own hand. Now, why should anyone want to do that? I mean, who?
Poor Mr. Gottlieb. I wonder how much he paid for it.
It's as if somebody was trying to trap someone. Can't be you. Police. Has there been a crime in another piano shop?
Apart from writing a book on Debussy, what else do you do?
I travel the world in search of the girl of my dreams. It's a long job. I'm very fussy.
But you must have a hobby. Do you collect anything? Musical scores? Autographs? Plain glass spectacles?
God, you're beautiful.
That felt faintly for real.
What did you expect?
Something's burning.
Oxtail soup?
Marie Antoinette. Marie Antoinette.
I got beaten up last night.
It's the clothes you wear. It attracts the wrong sort.
Prue didn't come back. I was left here to die on my own. Nobody cared.
Marie Antoinette.
And then I had to wait for Mr. Palumba to come in the lock on the door. Who? Oh, that's that French bird. Lost her head. Royalty's not up our street.
Final outing for famous necklace. This year's exhibition of the fateful necklace, which once belonged to Marie Antoinette of France, is to be the last. For reasons of security, its owner, Lady Trencham of Badingley Hall, has decided that it is too dangerous to continue its annual showing.
Well, not the old Truscott family. They wouldn't dare.
Oh, they've dared worse than that. Badingley Hall.
Where you go?
Local library.
Here, did Prue manage to get that Debussy bit in the paper?
Yeah.
How?
Some lustful editor, I expect. She's a terrible exploiter of men.
Why the library?
Research, of course.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your eye, Fred.
Hello? Anybody home? Yes? Such an imposition. But I am so rarely in this part of the country. Dorothy de Vere. Of course you don't know me from Adam. Lady de Vere. Although you must call me Dorothy, dear Lady Trencham, of Willow Grange. And I need your advice.
Oh, well then you better come through. We're just getting the place ready for tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Once a year, we open up for the local charities.
Which is exactly what I came to see you about. We're doing the same at Willow Grange. And I thought, who will give me the best advice? Lady Trencham of Badingley Hall. How is your sister Victoria?
She died.
Oh dear. Times must have been on strike, or I would have known. Something gone?
Oh no, that's where we put the necklace. I think more people come to see that than the house.
The necklace? I don't follow.
Well, Marie Antoinette's necklace. It's been in my husband's family for forever.
You don't mean the one that caused the girl all that trouble. The one Tyrone Power gave to,
Norma Shearer.
in the film.
Yes, that's
Oh,
it.
dear.
It spends all its life in a vault underneath the bank. And I can tell you that is not cheap. That, you will find, is the most horrendous expense of opening up your house, the security. So do be careful.
How do you mean?
Well, that thing alone cost a fortune to convert.
Rings dreadful bells, I suppose.
Oh, no. And it's quite immovable. And they tell me you can't shoot holes in it, even with a machine gun. Yes, we've been showing the necklace every year. But I'm giving it up after tomorrow.
Oh, dear.
Yes, well, the costs of the guards is astronomical. Of course, they do keep an eye on the snuff boxes and the Fabergé and the books and the papers and so forth. But an armoured truck from London and back again, well, I mean, it costs far more than we make for the charities.
You're giving me second thoughts.
Yes. And if I don't have a sherry, I shall fall down. Burridge!
These days it's all self-service.
Drinking time. And 2 glasses, please. Are you there? Oh, really? Well, that's the trouble with servants these days. One dare not grumble. What did you say your place was called?
Willow Grange. Not terribly far from Badminton.
Sounds much cosier than this. Oh, my dear. How I long to have a nice little flat somewhere.
Well, of course, that's where we're lucky.
Your eye's going down nicely.
Well, I added a bit of extra colour for sympathy.
A waste of time.
Actually, there's something to be said for expensive makeup.
She'll have something to say if she catches you at it.
Well, she's got her faults, but she's not mean. How do I look?
Ravishing. Well, that's it.
Well, you can't be sure.
Oh, I know how they work. If it's not outrageous, they're not interested. It runs in Billy Truscott's family. His grandfather stole the Mona Lisa.
Well, got it back?
Did they? There are people today who still think otherwise. Now, his wife is usually Jessica, but they change their names all the time. And there's a son. I can't remember what he's called.
Well, you don't think...
What?
Well, the man who came here... No, it couldn't be. Unless they know that you're onto them.
They can't know. I'm not usually that careless. Yes, can I speak to the superintendent, please? Maggie Forbes. Forbes. Yes, of course it's important.
Police. Maggie Forbes can't go it alone.
I can't, I need the resources. Hello? Yes, that's right. Now you watch it. Look, can I come round and see you? Now? Yes, it is important. Right, thanks.
We'll come round.
What about who's it autograph? Aren't you supposed to be helping Prue?
Well, I think at this moment in time, Prue can look after herself.
Well, when do I see you? I am going to see you.
Funny. New Debussy.
Well, I have a few things at the other place. My other place where I work.
See you there then.
I'll pick you up after work.
No. Tomorrow. I'll meet you here.
Wonders will never cease.
I'm only here as a messenger.
No, what else?
Nice scent. Very feminine. People are looking for you. Why?
You're a neurotic, and it's none of your business.
It's Ma and Pa's business, brother dear. It's they who want to know. I don't give a monkey's.
I stole something from a piano shop.
All on your own. You tried to nick a piano.
It was something that I wanted. I haven't lived all my life with this family without picking up a few tricks.
But you're no good at it. That's why we keep you in such style. You're stupid. Your head's always full of music. I don't know how they ever even had you.
Look, are you leaving?
If the people looking connect you to us, we're all in shtuck. Ma and Pa want you to be ready to leave tomorrow. We're doing a job in the morning, we meet up at the airport, and that includes you. You're only safe where we can keep an eye on you. Travel light. Understood, brother? Not that I want you along. Ma and Pa feel protective. I wouldn't protect you from a cold.
Are you jealous of me?
Jealous? You think I want to be sick and untalented and a pain in the arse? A rope around everybody's neck?
Oh, go away, Dev.
I'll go away when I feel like it.
I'm not some weak little woman. Why don't you just stick to your speciality?
That new bird you're chasing. You want to know something about her?
I know enough, and I intend to know more.
You moron. She's a detective. She's got pictures of you, police pictures. She's the one who's after you.
Oh, I know that. It's a bit of a problem. Come on. You're coming.
I'd have enjoyed that if you'd let me stay a little longer. When do I get to see this famous Debussy collection? Well, aren't we driving? What's it with you?
Well,
Oh, what?
I don't I look different?
No. Barge. It's very isolated.
It wants crowds.
Quaint. Cold. Do you ever sleep there?
In the summer sometimes. But it's mostly for work.
And your treasures? Away from prying eyes.
We can't stay long. I have to go on a trip.
Then give me the signature before you go. Thank you. And the score from the College of Music?
What you've been after?
It's my job. That's not to say it's not been more than a job this time. If you told me where everything came from, I could send it back. you'd sort of be in the clear.
Do a list.
Criminals are usually greedy. Some are only a little greedy.
You sound like you're trying to excuse someone.
Maybe I want to. The House of Lambert will be pleased.
If you're a detective, and I know that you are, can you just let me go? I don't want to let you go.
Fainted after all.
Not yet. Time to move. Nice and quiet. No fuss.
They're going. Where have you been? They got it. Will you let them? I shall spoil their fun. Oh, hang on. No sweat. Don't go mad. You'll get too close. I'm not gonna get mad.
The funny bit is, I don't need all this now.
Should have thought of that before.
Not now he's here.
Who?
Debussy. He's here all the time, whenever I want him.
You're a nut. Claude Debussy. 1862 to 1918 is here all the time.
In 1911, a man called Engeldorf asked his friend Claude Debussy to help him make a very special musical box cylinder as a present for his niece. They made it together, side by side, and I found it in a junk shop in Pimlico. And all the rhythms, the cadences, they're actually his.
Beautiful.
I have to go in a minute.
Meeting a woman?
Family. They sort of need me, you see.
I admire you for that.
Yes, well, keep on admiring me.
Ooh. What's that? Someone just walked over my grave. What, at your age? Why are they driving so slowly? They don't want to draw attention. Oh, they're as good as gold.
I've made you that list. But now I really must go.
Are you a sex maniac?
Yes. Certainly not.
Do you enjoy tying your women up before you have your way with them? I mean, it must be very awkward.
I dare not trust you. I love you, but I mustn't trust you.
Don't go. It can't all be for an autograph. I mean, jolly fun, but the joke's over.
It's all I take, the book. They travel light. Now, be a good girl.
I just don't get it.
Ah, yes, but your colleague does. That's just the trouble. She's put two and two together and come up with first prize.
My colleague?
So we must make sure she doesn't collect it. An ex-policewoman, they tell me. I wish we'd had more time. That's my girl.
Oh, this is hell. They can't ever go, but we can.
Not too fast.
No. I wouldn't let you be found dead in that hat.
Hello? Yes? I see. Well, under the circumstances, I don't seem to have much choice, do I? And, just where would this be?
This is exciting. Are we waiting for something?
Never know your luck. You get back behind the wheel, and when I honk...
Ah, there he is.
Nice quiet place.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Billy. Have you missed me?
Come along, sunshine.
I've got to say this, Billy. It's a fair call.
Which is more, madam, than I can say for you.
And you, sunshine. Come on, out you get.
Good girl. Two of us this time, Billy. Things are looking up. But there's Jessica.
Who?
It's never been lucky, has it? First some old French queen lost her head over it, now it's your turn.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Do you ever think, Billy, that sometimes you're a bit too ambitious?
I've got an earring that would go with that.
Do you
You're late.
Not very.
What's happened to your lip?
Minor accident.
Which means a woman. I never thought you were a womanizer. Billy and Deb aren't here. It's gone wrong.
Patience.
Not called for, I know.
What will you do?
Carry on as planned. That's our rule.
The plane is soup.
Here is your ticket and your new passport. You're called John Nicholas. Do try and remember.
They'll be here.
I think not. Probably that Forbes woman. I cannot for the life of me imagine what drives a woman to be a detective.
Yes, it can make life difficult.
They won't keep them, of course. They'll turn up in Palm Springs before we finish unpacking.
Yes. You've always been like that, the three of you. They could put you into 3 individual lead-lined coffins and you could still find a way of reading each other's minds.
That's our strength.
Yes. Well, I could never do that. That's why I'm useless.
Oh, we still love you, darling. Every family must have its white sheep. Let's go.
Look, I want to make a phone call.
No, Sam.
Yes, I must.
It's about that woman. She's caused all this trouble. She and you. You should never do naughty things. We have told you and told you. You are no good at it. Now one thing leads to another, and here we are. Don't telephone, please, sir. Sam! Sam!
Ooh. It's a funny place, isn't it? It's dark.
Through.
I like that for too long, love. You get cramp.
I
think she's trying to say something.
Where have you been? I've been here for hours. I could have been dead.
I didn't know you were here, did we, love? Sam phoned the piano shop and the piano shop phoned us.
You took your time. Untie me.
Oh, is that the signature we were looking for? Oh, well, you got yours, we got ours.
Untie me.
It's always the same with men, isn't it? You shouldn't have fallen for him.
I did not. Undo me. I hate him.
Well, it was kind of him to ring, though, wasn't it? Otherwise, you'd have died here.
Will you please?
You'll get over it. Broken hearts don't last as long as people think. No, about a week with me. Here, look. He's quite dishy, isn't he, Debussy? Who does he remind you of?
Oh, yeah. You don't untie me at once. You'll live to regret this as you've never regretted anything in your life before. I regret it.
He reminds me of, you know, that bloke that we did on that case.